known then or what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were no one. And I can't wait to see you hindsight is bleeding, oh, and your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red. Till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then, or what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were no one. And I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were no one. And I can't wait to see you again.
What's up, guys? It's 47 North Gaming taking a long break or breaking our streak from the long hiatus of Trucking with Dave. I'm your surprise, most of the time drunk co host, Shirtless Dave, and I'll give it over to the host to take it away here with the stream. The professional.
Yeah, a little different entry. We are going from New Mexico up to Oregon. You picked up in Albuquerque, right?
Yep, picked up in Albuquerque, tablewares.
Yeah, I picked up in Albuquerque. Took Dave a little longer to pick up in Albuquerque, so we're meeting at a truck stop, or we're at a truck stop here outside of Gallup. Got the beer ready. Again, don't condone drinking and driving, but we're in a simulator computer environment, so a beer is not a bad thing to have on an evening. We've got, well, I can see the Arizona sign right there. So I've got nitrocellulose, almost 50,000 pounds of that going up to Portland.
All right, and I'm adjusting my map here. We're going to take a cruise through Las Vegas, see if we can find a Volvo dealership.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Volvo's in the game now.
Yeah, and let's see here. I got a whole 37,000 pounds of tableware, the So Good's finest tablewares. And I think I'm ready to roll. I got my map tweaked to get us off.
My map's updated for the trip down Vegas, so
I'm doing a quick zoom in on each of the cities just in case there's another question mark that could be a Volvo dealer in case that one in Vegas doesn't turn out to be one.
I think there's really the only one.
Yeah, that's really the only big city we're going through besides Portland.
Right.
So.
Well, looks like there's some decent traffic up on the freeway just here, going both directions. So, I guess whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let's let her rip. You go ahead and take lead.
All right. Get some air pressure going. There we go.
Yeah.
Got the Bomber Kenworth today with a brand new trailer with the Airtails. Oh, and I'm gonna have to hit the way station right away.
Of course. Same. What a way to start out the long journey.
Could have just met at the way station at this point.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, at least I don't have to come down from highway speed, I guess, to get in.
Yeah, yeah.
Should have known better. Could have just used the parking at the way station, but oh well.
Only they had the roll-through way stations in this game.
And I am clear to go.
I was probably on the scales a touch, might have thrown yours off.
I don't know. They said you're legal, so I'm going.
72,000 gross weight. So I would assume, before in the game, before you could own your own trailers, I always assumed that whatever your weight was the trailer plus the weight. But now I guess since I own my own trailer, I would think that I'm hauling 30-some thousand pounds of tableware, and then you got to add the trailer, and then you got to add the truck, right?
Yep, because I had one scaling instance when I had an empty trailer. So, and it was a pretty lightweight that came back.
Yes, I got about 40,000 pounds between my truck and my trailer just empty then, I'd imagine.
I think it was like 30, for the 53-foot trailer, I think it was like 38.
Okay.
I think, 36 or 38 or whatever it came out to be, I can't remember. I haven't figured out yet if it figures out fuel weight, though. That's
really getting down there to the gnat's ass.
Yeah, well, that's an important thing in trucking. I mean, you'll sometimes look at a scale ticket and be like, okay, well, the next time you hit a scale, You will have burned this much fuel, and diesel weighs about 8 pounds a gallon. So, yeah, you should be legal.
Yeah, just keep the tanks below 200.
Yep. No, seriously, we got sometimes it loads that you just have to keep the tanks lower than like 3/4 tank or whatever.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah, like you said, 8 pounds. I mean, if you put 200 gallons of fuel in, that's 1,600 pounds right there, right?
Yeah.
If I got my math straight.
Yeah, that's weight that you don't get to make revenue on.
All right, what are you locking in here for a cruise?
I locked in 70 at least until we hit the border. Well, actually,
I'm
we're
good
not going
with
through
that.
California, so I think that should be good to get us all the way up to Oregon.
All right, sounds good. I'm locked in. Gonna
Probably get a
sip some
few
nog.
speeding notifications come through when we hit the cities, but other than that, we should be able to stay at 70. Get a nice fast cruise since we're going through. Oh, well, I guess when we hit Nevada, we'll probably have to bring it down because there's some of the state highways are a little tighter. Yeah, I've seen a handful of Volvos, so I might have to get myself a Volvo just to try it out. I'm really wanting that. Still want the Freightliners though.
Yes, I agree. I would have voted for Freightliner over Volvo.
Yeah, you've seen the new Cascadias, right?
No.
Oh, those things look mean. So sleek.
Almost as sleek as the new Chevrolet HD pickups.
God, those are terrible. That's the opposite of sleek. That's like, that probably has the drag coefficient of a brick, I swear. It looks terrible, and it looks like it doesn't get great gas mileage at all.
Going back to 70s Mack semi-truck days.
No kidding. Next thing you know, the dash is going to get replaced with like those like 20 gauge, wood grain panel dashes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. It'll be digital. It'll be digital. Dials, but going back to
they got some deals on the older model year numbers.
Really?
Andy was taking a look today. Yeah, they got she found a 2500 HD crew cab, and it had options. It was like a 1LT, and they were asking 46 for it. Just like, that's pretty good for. I mean, that's got quite a few options. Yeah, if it's brand new crew cab with options for 46, wow. That's pretty good.
That's amazing, actually.
They had basically exactly my truck as it stands today, but 5 years newer, and they're asking the same price of what I paid for this one. I was like, man, if I could get what I paid for out of it 5 years ago, I'd just go down there and straight swap it.
Do trade, yeah. Why is she looking at getting a truck? To one-up you?
Oh, no, she was on the website. She was just looking at cruises.
Oop, back it down.
Oop. Is that thing spun around backwards? Oh, he's just jackknifed.
Yeah.
Okay, putting the flashers on. Got some crazies out here. You guys are bobtailing.
I'm gonna see if I can just creep around here on the left.
It's almost like he's AFK.
A little bit.
I mean, he should be able to get out of that.
Yeah, you'd think, but who knows? Maybe when it jackknifed, it broke him.
Oh, it's his accident.
That or he hit one of those. He may have hit one of those random events.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Could have had the lane shut down or something.
Yeah, like a Jersey barrier or something. Speaking of random events, I got signs up here. Road work ahead. Okay. It's generally not a good sign. Lane change. Got it.
No worries, Pat. I'll plow through this construction zone for you.
It's funny when somebody does. Cones go everywhere.
Going in deep.
I'm not really looking back to see. I'm trying to make sure I don't hit something.
Yeah, they really squeeze you in. I mean, you've got open shoulder here, but in the city, I had one closed off on an overpass. And it's like, man, you got cement on one side, 6 inches away, cones on the other.
Yep. Alright, I'm locking back in at 70.
Ooh, nice. Does this hill get back up to speed?
But yeah, no, is she looking for a new vehicle or just looking around for funds?
Oh yeah, her lease is gonna be up, so she's
I
getting
forgot
an
she
idea.
was leasing. When's that lease up?
Well, right now we're thinking she's gonna run out of miles in March. When we were down getting it serviced the other day, I asked him what the early termination fees and everything was going to be looking like if we turned it in, in January, which would be like worst case scenario,
Right.
which is like about 6 or 7 months early. And they said, man, this dealer is just awesome. This place we got it from, when we went in there, it was just, we walked in, we said, this is your advertised price, this is what we're looking to pay out the door, and they took down the information, then came back with numbers and said these will be out the door numbers, and it was like in and out, boom, real quick. But we went in there and I said I'd like to know what all the fees are and everything, what we're gonna have to pay if we bring this thing in January. The lease is up in August. He comes back and he says, all right, I got you a printout here. We don't charge any extra fees or anything like that. You just pay what you owe on it. I was like, okay, well, what about, like restocking fee? Nope. Cleaning fee? Nope.
Really? So they're just gonna charge you basically your unused months?
Yep, that's it. You walk in with what you would have paid them otherwise, and you're good to go. I told him so.
That's not terrible.
That's excellent, because normally, at minimum, I've never heard of anybody leasing without having some sort of restocking, type fee.
Oh god, yeah. They fee the crap out of that stuff.
Yeah, no, this was literally dollar for dollar, everything that, it's just the monthly payments added up. So, yeah, they're really good there.
Oh, that's good. I might, if I actually end up moving down there, I have to point me to them. Because I assume they probably have a good used collection as well if they have leases.
Yeah, I haven't looked at their used lot. They got a lot of jacked up trucks, but they go through this specialized kind of smaller company for the lifts and the bull bars and things.
I don't need that shit. You know me.
It's not very nice looking. It's like, but
well,
yeah, I
you're gonna pay a premium on that kind of stuff too. It's like you could get it done yourself for less if you really want that, and I don't.
Definitely. Yeah, I haven't checked out their used lot.
All right. Well, I assume if they handle their new stuff like that, they're reputable. All right, we got some slower heavy haulers up in front of us. I'm gonna move over to the left lane.
Okay, I got a fella passing behind me, so.
Oh, do you?
Yep, it's all good though. You can hang. I'll let him pass. I'll get behind him.
All right.
The speed change, I guess.
Yeah, I'm keeping it at 70.
Agree. Alright, I'm pulling in behind this fella.
I think I'm gonna have to do this in 2 hops because this other guy behind me, I think, is.
He's in a hurry.
Yeah. Oh, come on, dude, slow down. It's like real trucking, damn it. you get next to the guy and then they won't let you pass, even after you've caught him. Okay, now he's gonna start pulling ahead of me. And so now we're blocking up the freeway.
Accurate simulation.
Yep.
Now, accurate simulation would be me passing the guy who passed me on the right, and then cutting him off, slam the door in his face, to then pass the other guy who isn't actually going fast, like who's going too fast to be passed anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna get over behind this guy. This guy, this Ulysses, or what more, whatever his name is, he seems pretty chill.
That's good.
Even though he wanted to drive fast, I mean, he recognized the fact that he wasn't going to get around, so he just kind of hung it in the right lane.
Smart
Wait
man.
and see what happens. Yeah.
I'm gonna use this heavy hauler as a pick, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even a heavy hauler, it's just a bulldozer. Still, I'm gonna use him as a pick.
Oh, yeah. Serious grade here. I told
Oh,
Andrea.
come on.
Well, now he's gonna get you on the downhill.
I know, he's got mass. I'm up to 85 trying to pass this guy. God. And I don't trust him next to me with these turns at speed.
Oh, definitely not.
Alright, I'm hanging the high rev to keep at 85 so I can clear him.
All right, I'm passing.
Turn signal on, coming over.
Oh shit! Tight curve, tight curve, tight curve.
Alright.
Oh my gosh, this hair raising.
Yeah,
I backed off.
now
I
that
totally
pa-
missed
so now
out.
that I'm past him, I'm just coasting it back down to my 70 that I have set on my cruise. Figuring that he should fall back on the hills over time.
I have to check my specs on what I got under the hood on this thing, because this doesn't feel as good as my W900.
I know I got 500 horse under this.
Okay, well,
We're
Couple
gonna be
got
exiting
off.
coming up here, bud.
alright. Well, then two got off, so I'm just hanging it in the right lane.
Yeah, we're exiting
You got that?
after this curve.
Is that Ulysses guy behind you?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not looking back right now. I'm driving.
Alright, I'm ready to take the exit.
Oop, I should have done that from in cab. That was a terrible turn. I went exterior to try to see that guy as he passed.
Oh. Just focus.
Yeah. That's crazy. They were wanting what you said about 46.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, you can get a one of them, you know, Denali's for that price. Like the
Really?
mid-size, well, the mid. I'm talking the mid-size like Canyon Denali's.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. That's like fully loaded.
Yeah, I mean that's granted that is fully loaded, but still, it's just like
It's not a lot of truck. Think of what you could do with that 3/4 ton.
you can haul
For
a
the same
lot
money.
of stuff with that 3/4 ton. Granted,
Yeah.
the mileage you'd get on that 3/4 ton's not so good. I mean, for a 3/4 ton, it's good, but like apples to apples or whatever.
Yep, I'm with you. Well, we've only got 22 hours to go.
I got 21.
I forgot to check how many when we started.
From Gallup, I was sitting at like 25.
So it'd have to be somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 27 or 28, maybe from south of Albuquerque. Oops.
Where'd you go?
You know, just cruising fifth gear again.
Oh, just trying to
The,
over rev.
yeah, I don't have. I need my volume, my in-game volume, turned up just a touch because I get focused on you and I don't hear it revving.
Gotcha.
I'm catching up. Well, we'll definitely be able to buy new Volvos after this haul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how interested I am in buying a newer 3/4 ton. I'd like to get an older one with low miles and less BS technology that reduces power and supposedly helps the environment.
So you're trying to get one pre-AdBlue?
That's what I think. Either that or see Colton. I don't have to ask him what he did to his, because he took it to these guys who basically just tuned it to remove all of the, you know, stuff that chokes it, you know?
Well, the thing is
And
that AdBlue really doesn't choke it. It's just that there's a sensor that when the tank runs out or low,
right,
it derates
right,
the engine. Has nothing
right.
to do. The AdBlue has nothing to do with the engine performance.
No, it's the EGRs and all that extra shit
Yeah.
that is your issue. But he had them go in there and get rid of the EGRs, and I'm pretty sure they switched it off so they didn't have to do the DEF. So it was relatively cheap. But, you know, you buy a new truck, you go do that shit, man, your warranty's gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm looking at used.
I honestly, and I mean, unless it's something I'm custom ordering, I don't think I will ever buy a brand new off the lot car. There's just too much depreciation in them.
Yeah, every
you can
once
get
in a
the
while.
same. I mean, you can get the same damn thing used for a couple
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah, it takes a very special set of circumstances to make buying new a really good advantage for you. You know,
Right.
you got to be buying an ideal time on the oldest model year with the newest model year coming out, and that newest model year being a complete do-over, not just a facelift. And you've got to have an economy where the used car market is really high, and you got to be in a position where you're not driving a lot of miles, and then you're really in a good spot to be buying a new car. But otherwise, yeah, generally, unless they're completely giving it away, you might as well just find something a couple of years older.
Yeah, because a couple of years older, you can get mostly the same features, maybe not the same body design, maybe not the same software, but essentially the same stuff for thousands less.
Looks like it's time to find out if we got a Volvo dealer.
Yep. Jake breaking my way into town. Swung a little wide there on the curve.
You're just too excited.
Wanted to see that Volvo dealer.
Did you put the Aero side skirts on?
I did.
Well, if this is a question mark for both of us, I would say it's got to be a Volvo dealer.
Yeah, because you and I have been in and out of Vegas quite a bit.
Yeah. I find it hard to believe that both of us have not seen something yet. Did that guy scare the shit out of you? Because he scared the shit out of me.
Nope.
Oh man, he came rolling through that red, like to turn right, you know? And I thought he was going straight through the intersection.
Oh, I didn't even notice the guy rolling through. I saw his dot on the screen, but I didn't really pay much attention out the window to him.
Yeah, see, I started driving out of cab now I can look around Vegas, you know? So I started driving around out of cab, and man, I thought the guy was going to T-bone me.
Coming over.
All right.
Red light, red light. So what is Andrea looking at getting?
Well, she's just keeping her eye out for used cars.
Yeah,
She
but
checks
she's
the
looking
new
at,
car
like, a
market.
particular style or genre?
She's looking for, gas mileage getter, compacts or smaller sedans, less than 50,000 miles, great
Shit.
condition, less than 10 years old,
It's gonna be really easy to do because sedans are just not selling.
Yeah,
you can get really good deals on sedans.
Yeah, it seems like, if you got $8,000 in your pocket and you want to throw a dart at a wall, you can come up with a bunch of options for decent used cars. So we're hoping to find a killer steal for like 6. She could come up with something. She's seen a lot of cruises, some VW TDIs.
Those TDIs are great on mileage.
Yeah, they are, and yeah, I really, there's the Jettas, man. I mean, I'm normally not one to buy foreign company vehicles or whatever, but I've had many people have really good experiences with those Jettas.
Oh god, yeah, those are fantastic cars. I mean, they're practically. Remember how like everybody practically had Saturns,
Yes.
earlier on. Those just like lived by them. They're simple, but they were reliable and had good mileage.
Yeah.
Those are practically the Volkswagens now.
And see, I don't know a lot about
too.
I don't know a lot about the TDI, but the little 1.8 unleaded guys with the turbo, I know a few people with those, and man, they went forever.
Damn, red light violation. Hey, I found a Volvo dealer.
I was gonna say you're getting close. I'm waiting for the exclamation.
Except I'm gonna have to take a right into it because you have to cross the road that the driveway's hooked to. And the driveway is off to the right.
Well, sounds like we should customize some and have them set up in our Oregon garages.
I'm not doing so hot on this steering outside a cab business today. Thing is being on a job right now, I don't think we can actually purchase trucks.
I think we can purchase. We can just send.
We
them
just
to the
can't. Oh, that's
garage.
right. We can't drive them.
Yeah.
Here we go. Look at my options. Well, may as well start down at the bottom. Customize configuration. Well, I guess you could drive it if you traded your current truck in. That's your one change.
That's not happening.
Alright, so if it's a Volvo, I feel like I have to go with the full sleeper cab just because every Volvo I see going down the road has that window in the air dam of it.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I like this. I like this VNL 730 they got without the massive studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All the Volvo engines we can get now. Go all the way up to the Volvo D16.
150 grand. Oh my gosh. 166. Why is mine so expensive? What's the difference? This one should be more expensive. It's got more cap. like the look of this puppy though. I like this rose gray color too. It's a lot of money though. Must have a different engine. That must be it.
Pearl red.
Oh, that's what it is.
Holy
Comes with
fucking
500.
accessories. No. No.
I'm going with the 730 cab, man, and I like the chopped height.
Chrome. Do I chrome the grill? Fuck it, it's a Volvo.
I'm not there yet. What gearbox you going with?
I'm going actually with the first one because I'm setting mine up for normal cargo. So the 18 speed VF or VXP.
The 10 speed there?
18 speed.
Or no? 18 speed.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Do you have the American flag paint job?
I haven't gotten that far. I'm doing all the little accessory bits.
Oh, man,
oh dude, the mirror exclusives have CB antennas on them.
Okay, I gotta get a fucking loan. That's just where we're at. Let's be honest.
Nah, I don't want the light bar. No, I don't need that.
How many different bumpers are there? Holy shit.
A lot. We also have to be careful not to be in here too long or else we're going to get kicked from online.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of doing like a rush through.
How could I ruin the front end of this truck with a bull bar?
I know, that's what I'm the same way. I'm just like, why?
I like the black grill too.
Yeah, the black grill is classy, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to stick with chrome or not, but I'm kind of going with the chrome look on this, so it works. Okay, interior features. No. Get the tan wheel to match. No. I think I'm good.
Where's the whips? Oh, I already got the whips on mine.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, mine comes with... I picked out one that basically had everything I wanted to begin with. I'm doing very little customizing here.
Gotcha. Alright.
Do you think those lights actually work?
Which lights?
The lights that you put on the light bar.
I don't know. I'm not big on the light bars, so... Alright. Kind of outside my normal deal, but I'm going to purchase it. And that fucker's going in Portland.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be like the carrot on the stick.
Yep. Cool.
Dude, this truck's way too classy to add a light bar to it, you know?
Exactly. That's the problem. So, alright, I am done there. I am going to move to just do some general repairs on the truck while I'm here, general maintenance. I think I already have maintenance done on it, but just because I've hit a couple things on my way in.
Dual exhaust, of course. Okay. Looks like it's gonna cost $152,000. How much did yours cost?
I don't remember. I just paid for it.
Yeah, I gotta get a loan. That's the trouble. I gotta move first.
Wish I could send you money, because I would.
Yeah. Okay. See, I got 84, so I'm gonna need like, I'll take out 100, I guess. I already got $100,000 loan out. Now I'll just take another one.
YOLO.
Hey, when's the next time I'll be down here, you know?
Exactly. Well, if you buy enough trucks, I mean, you can just get them online. So now that we have a Volvo dealer discovered,
I really should have had, if I had one of my other Kenworths that I never drive, I could have traded it in. That would have
Yeah.
actually been worth it. I'm not touching anything in the powertrain. I don't really like the tan interior. I'm going to the blue. I love this color. I didn't change the bumper. Got really changed anything. This thing came with so much stuff already on it that I didn't really feel like I need to touch anything. Things in here. Okay. Alrighty.
you good to continue on?
I'm putting it in my Portland garage as we speak. I can't believe I've got to drive another 20 hours before I get to, you know.
Before you get to experience it.
Yeah. Okay, did you just back out?
I pulled through.
I'm gonna back out.
Alright. Fair enough.
Why you go? Oh, Andrea left. You still there, Pat?
I'm still here.
Yeah, Andrea must have left. Oh, okay. Wants me to go around the block, but why wouldn't I just come up here to the interstate and turn left?
I don't know. However you want to do it, I guess.
I'm going around the block. I don't want to end up on the wrong interstate. Damn, I can't believe I just paid all that money and I don't even get to see my truck.
Yeah, you don't even get to touch it.
Probably won't even really drive it tonight. I mean, I'll take it for a lap around Portland, probably.
Right, but you really won't get to really truly get to experience it.
Alrighty, it's all ass.
Oh, I'm still going through the city.
Well, me too.
Oh, I thought you said you got up on the freeway.
No, I wasn't going to get on there because it probably would put me on the wrong deal or something.
Gotcha.
Another Volvo.
I do kind of like that black front now that I bought the chrome.
I can't believe you did that. Oh man,
I was on
I
the
stuck with
fence.
the black.
I was like, I should keep it black. I'm like, you know what? I'm going with the chrome scheme. I should put chrome on it. But Volvos, they really don't look as good with the chrome. I would agree. So I guess I'll.
What color?
That's the first thing I'm gonna have to do is switch it back.
What color did you go with?
I went with the pearl red.
Pearl red.
Yep.
Was that one of the? So as you were flipping through, there was like a Super Aero cab that was red. Was it the same one?
I don't know. Probably very similar to it. It was a factory color choice, so probably.
Yeah. I took the.
I didn't look at paint jobs for it because I figured, well, I'll look at those later.
Hey, heads up!
Holy shit!
Yeah, that guy called us idiots. Then he flew around us.
And brake checked me.
Yeah, and then fucking I rear-ended you.
So yeah, I got 1% trailer damage from that. Oh well.
Sorry, buddy.
Not much you can do there.
I'm an asshole.
How are we the idiots?
Yeah, seriously. We're not the one passing in a double doing 60.
In a 30.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Did he call us that on the CB?
Yeah, these guys are idiots. Just repaired this truck too. 9% damage off one hit.
Really?
Yep, I got cargo
I
damage
got
too.
cargo damage too. Damn.
What an asshole.
I hate people.
Yeah, man. Can't believe Andrew. I mean, I can't blame Andrea for rage quitting.
Yeah. It's frustrating, that's for sure. I am gonna need to stop for fuel at some point on this trip.
I probably will as well. I've burned probably maybe a little less than a quarter. Yeah, probably about a quarter. Man, dude, I'm pissed. I bought that truck and I love it, dude. I'm a sucker for charcoal, man, and that was just from the factory charcoal. Beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful color.
Man, I was shopping around again for those Volkswagen Beetles.
Oh yeah, they'll get you.
Yeah. Oh my god. The pricing on them is like, it seems so doable.
Yeah.
Just need a fucking garage.
See, my problem is I can't find the right year El Camino. That's the real issue. Oh shit! God damn it!
What happened to you?
I was following too close behind you. Construction zone came up without me knowing.
Oh no.
All of a sudden there was cones.
How bad is it?
An additional 5% to my truck, an additional 2% to my trailer, and an additional 1% to my cargo. Oh my god.
I'm gonna pull off, actually, there's a gas station here, easy to access, because I know we gotta take state roads here at some point.
Alright, I'll catch up. Gosh, that pisses me off. See, the thing is I had safe following distance to you. You know what I mean? But there's no signs, at least that I could see, and you didn't have to adhere to anything. So it's like, how do I know? How do I know what's coming? You know?
That's why I think I'm moving to turn all that stuff off, just because I mostly play this game online anymore.
Yeah, me too. Might as well top her off.
That's why I figure it's like, it's easy to access, so.
Probably be the least I've ever paid at a gas station. $300. Wow, that seems expensive. I only put 90 gallons in. When I filled up before, I mean, it seemed like it was less than 1,000, and I was getting close to empty.
Alright, that should be enough fuel to get me to Portland.
Hoping so. So I feel like on my Volvo, I picked like a medium length chassis. I definitely did not have the longest chassis option, but like
It's possible.
the only difference though I thought between my cab and some of the other ones was height, you know?
Oh, there's definitely some length too.
Oh well, you can always
I
change
mean,
it.
the length also depends on what kind of fuel tanks you put under it too.
Yeah.
Because I went with the 300-gallon tanks.
Yeah, I couldn't afford the truck to begin with, so I wasn't gonna go putting extra.
Putting all the options on it like I did.
Yeah, the only options I jumped for was dual exhaust, and then I downgraded the interior, and I downgraded the little extender flap things. You know that they make you pay an additional $1,000 to add this big hunk of black plastic onto the flap extender things that go on your cab. So it's like, man, that thing's ugly to begin with. Give me my $1,000 back. I don't know. I question doing the dual exhaust though. You know, it
Right.
wasn't. It's not quite. I mean, the truck's pretty classy, but the single just doesn't look right in my head.
I think I left the single on it.
Oh shit! My truck payment's only $1,800. That's easy. We can handle that. They have a name for this place.
Middle of buttfuck nowhere.
Yeah, population 2 vote count. It's the ghost town.
Well, it's got to raise hamburgers, so it must be some. They at least have a couple people here. One to man the fryer, one to man the cash register. Done. Truck parking. Cool. Don't need it.
Might have bit off more than we could chew with this haul, Pat.
Starting to feel it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not starting to feel it, but I mean, 18 and a half hours left. Yeah, man, we've been on the road for a ways. Or off the interstate, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the only way to do interstate all the way up there is to go into California.
Yeah, no way I want to do that.
Nope. Especially because you can haul 70 on these state roads for most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told you about the Plymouth, right? That 50s
Which one?
era Plymouth.
Yeah, in the barn?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Been thinking more about it. I'm like, I definitely want to do resto mod on it.
Yeah, it's a classy vehicle to do something like that with. It'd be tasteful. I think we're getting to that point where, you know, junkyard find motors just aren't a thing anymore. You know what I mean?
Not without a ton of extra work. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna go and, you know, pull some electronic-based motor, then at that point you may as well just buy a new one.
Yeah, I'm really. I was under the impression that I could just, you know, go to a junkyard, pay $500 and pull a 454 with like maybe 50,000 miles on it out of a car. But I just don't think that happens anymore.
Definitely rarer, that's for sure.
I'm really not looking to pay more than $500 for a motor. Because otherwise, like, you start getting up towards $800 or something like that. And like you're saying, then you got to get all the electronics to go with it, because you can't just, you know, find a cheap carb motor. Hopefully these guys aren't idiots. This turn is steep.
Yeah, looks like they're...
Oh, shit. Oh, man, that guy was scaring me.
Survive?
Whew, barely. That guy was over the line, man. I slowed her down. But yeah, I mean, you can go get a small blueprint motor for $2,000, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's very hard to sequentially, you know, build a car anymore. I think that it's like the amount of investment that you have to make. It's like you might as well always, on all the parts, just spend that little bit extra. I don't know.
Things to consider for the future, I suppose.
Yeah, difficult.
We just need to get, you know, I get down there, we just need to get a garage we can keep all our project cars in and work on them and have all the tools and stuff in place.
Well, definitely.
Can build the
I'm
24-hour Lemons car out of there too.
I'd like to do. They got a bootleggers race that I was seeing on Facebook. It just, advertised. They promo advertise. It's in the area. You basically can sign up with any car, and it's you and a navigator, and it's a 1-day race.
Already sold.
And yeah, and they say like that they make the instructions for you got to make checkpoint stops, and they design the instructions to be that it's not so much about driving fast but about knowing where you're going,
Right.
because then that keeps people from doing 100 on I-30. But yeah, the idea is that you don't drive over the speed limit, but you try to figure out your way through the course as fast as possible. That sounded fun, but like you'd want a performance vehicle to be able to keep it in the turns, because that's where you're going to get an advantage over people that aren't blowing through the speed limit,
Right. Well, then there's those. I'm trying to remember the name of the group now. Oh shit! Brakes. We're coming into a town, by the way.
Alright. Oh, Tinopa. Nice.
There's a fucking red light violation.
I heard that. I thought it was my loan installment. I'm like, I just paid it.
Anyway, so I can't remember the name of the race now, but it passed through Traverse City one year. But basically, it's a point-to-point, like multi-staged rally essentially. But there's a time that you have to beat. You have to meet, not beat. So you get points deducted for being over or under the time.
Oh, so interesting.
The idea is to have the closest to the exact time between those 2 points.
Why wouldn't you just pull off right before the finish line?
I guess technically you could, but I think that's not in the spirit of it.
Oh.
And for all I know, there might be a rule in there that says you can't intentionally pull off or something like that. They might encourage you to pull off, because some of it's designed around the idea of you're supposed to explore like the areas and see the sites, which is why it was in Traverse City that one year.
Interesting.
It's the idea is so that way you'll explore and see the area rather than just drive fast. And the cool thing is that there was like every kind of car imaginable when it passed through town. It was daily drivers and classics and project cars and anything under the sun you could identify them, because they all had the same like stickers on them.
That's what I had imagined this was like, because you could use basically anything,
I'm trying to decide, because we did a business class project and we actually priced out doing 24-hour Lemons as part of like a business project proposal. But I haven't thought about it in a while. Like, I've never really thought about like, okay, what kind of car would be fun to do for 24-hour Lemons?
I think it'd be more about what's the coolest car that I can see on Craigslist in my price range that meets the time constraints for the build.
What it is 24-hour Lemons has a $500 limit on the car itself, not the safety stuff. Like safety stuff, that's put safety stuff in. You got to have safety stuff, but like the car itself, it's ostensibly $500. So I guess technically you could spend more than that, but you got to recoup it. But the spirit of it is that it's a beat up, clapped out car.
Yeah.
But the thing is 24-hour Lemons has its own kind of like stuff going on with it. Like they all, like the cars and the teams have like personas. So I'm just like, okay, what kind of cheap ratty ass car can I get for like $800? Maybe $1,000 at most. That's got some really weird character with it,
Right.
That I wouldn't mind tracking, and if it blew up, oh well, done. I haven't explored Craigslist in a while to see what kind of fun stuff's out there, but that's something on my bucket list I do want to do some days. Do a 24-hour Lemons event.
Yeah, and see, like I feel like it's not one of those things that you plan. I think it's like
No, not at all.
you're just digging through Craigslist, and it's like what meets the criteria for the time. Because I mean, you think about it nowadays. I mean, if you want a decent shot at, you know, doing okay for $500, I mean, it's $500. Sure, don't buy you a lot nowadays, you know.
But that's the point. You're not supposed to have something that's gonna survive the whole race. You're supposed to have to, you know, cuss it out and kick it and hit it with a hammer, and you know, like, it's not supposed to be, you know, buy a cheap car and race it. It's supposed to be buy a cheap car, fail, figure out how to make it work, and race it and build, you know, become a better team because of it. And
It's hard to find
develop a
something
story
that
and a community, and you know,
it'd be hard to find something that would start up and roll forward for $500.
you'd be surprised. There's stuff out there.
I
And
mean,
the thing
there
is, if you sell stuff off of it, you can technically get it down. Like you can buy above the budget and then kick it down based on like sale of stuff off the car.
Yeah, I guess tear the back seat out or whatever.
Because you're not going to use half that shit. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Part of it too is there is a encouraged bribery system when you go through tech inspection, which is partially where you know prove that it's a $500 car.
Mm.
So you wouldn't technically have to spend exactly $500 on it, but you know the spirit of the event is that it's not supposed to be a purpose-built vehicle,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to just be some clapped-out pile of junk. You don't watch Roadkill yet, do you?
I don't watch a whole lot of. I don't spend a whole. Oh man, we got somebody passing.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube, and I don't. You know, we have a few Netflix shows that we rotate through.
I still say that you'd be a fan of Roadkill, I think.
Yeah, I like the episodes that people send me for sure. I don't think this guy coming up on you is an idiot, but of course he is passing you on a curve.
He cut it real tight, so I'll give him credit on that.
I mean, the thing that impressed me is he passed me and then he got into the right lane and then he got back into the left lane to pass you.
Gotcha.
He's hauling some ass though. I mean, I'm doing 70 through here and I feel like I'm just barely in control.
Yeah, they did 24-hour Lemons twice, actually.
Oh. What did they use each time?
Is that the ghost town? I think that is a ghost town we could have turned off at.
What?
Oh,
What?
there's like a secret discoverable on like every state.
But it's the trailers that go down there.
What?
Let's take the trailers and go down there.
Alright, flipping a Yui.
I'm gonna drop my trailer right here.
Oops, took 1% damage when I hit one of those reflective sticks.
One of those frickin' this?
Yep.
I ran one over, but it was very low speed.
At least I'm pretty sure we can get in there. I didn't see any cones.
Certainly, it looks like it. Oh, nope. If you go any further, you will lose your trailer.
Oh. Oh well.
Yeah, we cannot turn off.
I didn't see the X's across the road. I thought it was just like an access point. Like, sweet.
Me too. Yeah, I agree. I didn't see the X's either.
Oh well.
That would have been badass.
Anyway, I can't. Oh yeah, so they did it twice. Once in. God, I can't even remember what the first attempt was. I can picture the car, but it's a piece of junk. I guess either of them were a piece of junk. The other was in the Rotson. I don't know if you're familiar
Oh,
with it.
okay. Yes. Yes, I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah. Both times they failed to finish.
Well, that's kind of the idea.
Yeah. But I have to say the Rotson, when it hooked up on the straightaway, hauled some frickin' ass. I mean, when you got a 4.3 liter V6 being turbo dumped by essentially a 5.7 liter, diesel turbo, once that thing spools up, you're gonna have boost.
You're not going to have heads for long.
That wasn't the idea. The idea was boost. Because it was cheap and effective, that's what they had on hand at the time. Alright, we got a turn coming up here, buddy.
Alrighty.
Yeah, this is why I didn't want to get fuel down this direction. Is just because it's hard to get in and out of these smaller places.
Oh yeah.
So as for the Escape, not really sure how much longer I'm going to have that for. At least probably until summer at minimum.
You're pretty hot on the mid-size, huh?
Well, I don't know. That's the thing is it's like for the amount of times that I would actually need to haul something, it doesn't make sense to get anything bigger.
Yeah.
But, I've also looked at, like I said, wagons and such. Like, you're just saying, well, if I need to haul something, I'll just borrow a truck or rent one.
Well, with Home Depot trucks for $20 and shit,
Well, that's exactly my point. It's like, well, for as much as I need to, tow stuff, haul stuff right now, I can just run down to Home Depot or U-Haul and just rent something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's... I mean... For a while there, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hauled a shit ton of firewood recently, but Home Depot truck could have done that.
That's the thing. Is like you can get like for that kind of stuff, you can just get a Home Depot truck, or I can call you up and say, "Hey, Dave, I'm going to use your truck."
Yeah, back when I had a 4-wheeler, and I was planning on, unbeknownst to me, I was moving to a state where you don't get to do anything unless you own everything that you're looking to use to do something with.
Yeah.
I thought that, I just load my 4-wheeler up and drive off to wherever I was going to go hunt, or ride 4-wheelers or whatever. But that would have been an excellent use. And I did take my motorcycle in the back of my truck up to Amarillo. That was nice, not having to ride the bike that whole way.
Yeah, that has its uses for sure.
Yeah. And that would have sucked to get I couldn't have gotten a Home Depot truck for that. not to drive 5 hours up to Amarillo and park my truck for a week.
But there is the truck category at Hertz. I discovered when I was looking at my rental car options.
Yeah, in Texas they are plentiful, it sounds like.
Yeah. But it's like, okay, on the flip side, it's like, okay, you have the capacity when you need it, but it's still small enough and fuel efficient enough that you don't really notice it on day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
You're still part of the truck culture, sort of, in that area. You're just like, okay, I got a bed, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had, back when I bought my truck,
Used is
holy
definitely
shit.
the way I would go on it, though.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Get way too much, pay way too much from the dealer on them.
Yep.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they had those. The mid sizes weren't a thing when I bought my truck, and we did, but I couldn't have gotten away with buying a mid size. We still needed a full size pickup for all the shit we did. And then, if the mid sizes had come out a little sooner, and if my parents had decided to move to Florida a little bit sooner, I probably would have just gotten the mid size.
Right.
But oh well, here I am. Solid resale value. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say, it's not like you're regretting your truck purchase.
Oh no, I got a killer deal on that thing, and honestly, having a full size cab with a majority of my miles has been road tripping interstate, and although fuel mileage is definitely nice, having a huge ass cab to stretch out in and put things in to stay dry was really nice for driving across the country. But I definitely, and on top of that, like when I went up to Colton's, we had to move a car hauler from point A to point B. It was like there's no way it was a triple axle all steel trailer. You weren't going to be able to. I mean, you'd blow it. I'm pretty sure you'd be scraping wheel well with a Colorado. I don't know the tongue weight, but I mean, it would have been my truck. My truck leaned into it to pull it. You know what I mean? So I was if I had had a midsize, we would have had to go find somebody else's truck. And there's no way. I mean, I had my truck overloaded driving from Michigan to Florida because I had 1,000-pound Harley in the back of the bed, cab completely full of shit, dual axle U-Haul trailer. Inside of that was
overbuild those like.
Yeah, and I had a 500-pound four-wheeler inside the U-Haul trailer, and then this Armoire that was probably 200 pounds, 250 pounds. I've moved it to 3 houses. I hate moving it. And then on top of that, that's 750 pounds just in 2 items. Then pack the rest of it. That beer pong table's heavy too. That sucker's got to be every bit of 80 pounds.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, I had that thing. My truck was pretty squatted out when I brought it down to Florida and then out here to Texas.
Yeah, part of that too is like, okay, like I wonder what the tongue weight is on that trailer, though.
Oh yeah.
Versus, I can't remember what your truck is set up for tongue weight wise.
I can tow 10 grand with my truck.
No, but tongue weight though.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know what. My towing's 10 grand. That's all I know. Yeah.
Because you got the 8-cylinder though, right?
Yeah, I got the 5.3. They were making the was it the 6.0 or the 6.2? Not the 6.0 gas. It'd be the 6.2 because they had the 6.0 gas. No, they weren't. They never put the 6.0 gasser in the half tons. I think mine was like the first year they started doing that.
Shit.
Are we taking this?
I forgot to review if this was actually necessary or not.
We're gonna
guessing
find out.
I don't think it is, but at this
No,
point.
it is. It definitely is.
Okay. Gonna use all the street. Alright, anywho. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, I was saying that. I got the heavy duty hauling package with the thermostat and everything on my truck. Otherwise, that adds like, if you don't have which I didn't know because my dad had called me up asking me what my truck would tow because he was kind of kicking around the idea of buying a a fifth wheel or something, you know.
Right.
And I said, I don't know, you know, I don't tow a lot of stuff. Let me look it up in the owner's manual. And then I looked it up, and if you don't have the heavy-duty trailering package, you know, you lose about 1,500 or 2,500 pounds, which is significant within a single model, you know?
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
if you told me that 2 half-tons, both of them V8s, would have a difference of 1,500 or 2,500 towing capacity, that's significant. So I was surprised. I didn't know. Yeah, I got just they made more of my truck than any other truck. It's an extended cab all-star edition. That's like the number one build code, you know, out of all the different build codes.
Yeah, it's like if I went with the mid-size, I would definitely get the diesel, one for the fuel mileage and two the towing
Yeah.
capacity on that 7,600, which for a
Yeah.
mid-size truck is fucking insane.
Oh yeah,
Because I
yeah.
mean, think about the full-size trucks used to do that 8 years ago.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you had the V6 version of my truck, that's all it could tow, guaranteed.
Well, because it probably has the same V6 that's in the mid-size.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got a half-ton truck, but a mid-size Mini-Max can pull more than it.
I mean, I have to say that Mini Max is impressive.
Yeah, it is. It didn't, you know, it's impressive for how small it is and what it puts out. But I was expecting it to be a little more ballsy when I test drove it. But I had my expectations set too high. You know, I was like, oh, diesel TORK, you know?
Right. Well, part of it too is that it's tuned specifically for fuel mileage
Yes.
and grunt torque at 2,000.
Yes.
So it doesn't get off the line at all because it doesn't have any, turbo spooled up at all.
Yeah.
So it feels like a dog getting off the line. Granted, I haven't test drove one, but this is just from all the reading that I've done on the diesel version. Because good luck trying to find a diesel one to even fucking test drive right now.
Yep.
Can't find them. I've tried. Every time I find them, by the time I get there, they're gone. So I'm like, okay. But no, it's not. It's not gonna feel that exciting off the line, and it's not gonna down kick worth a darn driving around the city because they want it tuned for fuel mileage.
Yep.
So it's gonna hold high. It's gonna hold the tallest gear it can for as long as it can.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna feel great in the seat as far as exciting, but
Yeah.
I guess it's that was a judgment call by GM, and I think they made the right choice for it because it's a pickup first. It's not if they wanted sporty, they wouldn't have put the diesel in it in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. They would have gone for the some sort of twin turbo V6 like the Raptor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think you'll be really happy. When like I said, it's coming from somebody who's always had a full-size pickup truck and then living out of a mid-size truck during deer season for a week. This in one that costs more than what I paid for my half-ton,
Right.
I was just like, this is just not a good decision. But buying a used one, coming from like a car, SUV, type person, and buying used at a good price point, I think you'll be more than satisfied.
Well, the thing is, I grew up and actually learned how to drive full-size Suburbans and trucks and stuff. So it's like, the whole full-size truck isn't the problem. It's just more just the how much am I actually going to use the truckiness of it is my concern.
Right. And see, me is I'm just too used to 100% of the time being in a very, very large, very spacious vehicle, and I'm
Right.
used to paying out the ass for gas.
Like,
So
every time you walk into the gas station, you're like, all right. You start unbelting. All right, bend
Yeah.
over, get ready.
yeah. I mean, there's no sense in having a child because I got to give my firstborn away to fill the truck up. So
Yeah.
it's just, yeah.
Well, see, I can't remember who I was having the conversation with, but it was about, you know, project cars and such. And I'm like, okay, so my thought process on a project car is I don't need to send them to college. They don't continue asking for money without expectations. We're in Oregon now.
Yes.
Let's see. You don't have to clothe them. You know, don't have to feed them. You know, just put some gas in them every now and again.
Bail them out of jail. Go to their parent-teacher conferences.
Don't
don't
have to go to recitals. Granted. I guess if you wanted to flip it a little bit, you do have to feed them gas and oil.
Yeah.
They do ask for money in unexpected maintenance. They do have recitals. It's called car shows.
Yeah, but you enjoy that.
Yeah, you enjoy that and you plan for it.
Yeah.
Alright, so you finally made it to the last state.
Yeah, I just realized my headlights weren't on. It's starting to get dark. Nine hours to go.
Snow zone. Looks like desert to me.
Yeah, this looks very deserty. Is it the lighting or... No, this looks like desert.
Yeah. Looks like shrubland.
I mean, it's the season for snow.
Looks like California before it catches on fire.
Yeah. We've had a lot of traffic.
Yeah, we have. Which I'm fine with. I like having, I like seeing other trucks out on the road. Keeps it a little more lively.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. You know, you think living in Texas, what's the one motorsport that you think everybody would be able to do? You have a lot of access to. Everybody would be interested in.
NASCAR, stock cars.
Well,
Drag
NASCAR
racing.
for sure. And we do have drag races nearby, but I'm thinking mud trucks, mud parks, monster truck rallies, right?
Texas isn't really known for its mud, though.
Well, lots of clay. And, well, I mean, rock crawling, I guess, is really the replacement down here.
Oh, I gotta do the Funky Way station.
Mm-hmm. But, like, big trucks, That's what Texas is known for. Big trucks. But, oh, I hate this frickin' intersection.
Empty load.
But, yeah. Not a lot going on down here. There's like one park close by, but it's like really more about rock crawling than it is mudding.
Shot it.
Alright, we get a space. Oh shit, I forgot to write it down last time.
Yeah, I did too.
71,896.
I suppose I could go scroll back in the video at some point.
Oh, dude, that's smart. Were we rolling? Yeah, we were. It was right after we started.
Yep.
That'd be easy to find, too. Well, you'll have the answer to your question.
That I will. So I'll have to check at the end.
I can't believe this intersection. There's no way this exists in real life.
It does. That's the reason they built it.
Simulating the real pain that Oregonians or Oregon?
Oregonians, I don't know.
Or Oregons. I don't know. Oreganders.
60.
Alright. I told you about how I was showing the Letterkenny meme to my direct report, right? Yeah. That was funny. Had to translate.
Had to translate.
But yeah, the meme said, my buddy told me that his sled makes so much torque he can't keep the skis on the ground,
Oh.
or the front end on the ground. And I told him, if you want to go blow smoke, bud, go have a dart. And he said, what does that even mean? And I said, well, he's saying his snowmobile has got a lot of power, you know, and it's always popping wheelies. He's like, oh, okay. What about the whole dart thing? Well, he's saying that the guy wants to blow smoke up his ass, you know, and he should go have a cigarette, you know. He had like no idea. He couldn't translate. It's like, dude, this is the way we used to talk.
Like this is the language.
Yeah, this is the language of my people. Yeah, then it occurred to me. Then we kind of got talking about dialects and stuff, and I said, you know, I don't think I've ever heard a single person down here ever say the word bud. It's like, what do you mean, like Budweiser? No, just like, yeah, like, how you doing, bud? Like, nobody says that. And Erica's like, you know what? I just realized you say that a lot. I'm like, bud? She said, yeah, you use that a lot. I never realized it until now, but you're right. I don't think I ever really heard anybody use that word. Yeah, yeah.
You had to point that out, didn't you?
Yeah. Nobody ever comments on my A's. And I do, whenever I like, I'll definitely phrase a statement as if it's a question, and that's when I'll toss in an A, you know?
Right.
So it'll happen a lot if we're discussing, like, how somebody did something or a project, you know? And I'll be like, oh man, that's not going to make the date, eh? And nobody really comments, ooh, they banked this really nice for us.
Dude.
That was a good turn. Nobody ever comments on my A's.
Part of that, though, is the area you're in is very transplant.
Very what?
Transplant? Like, there's
Oh,
people from
very
all over.
diverse.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's the thing I noticed when I lived down there. You know, there's people from everywhere down there. You don't really get tons of, like, true Texas out of there. I mean, there's people that are, but, you know, it's not widespread.
We are getting into Oregon-looking country now.
Yep. For sure.
And of course, it's going to be dark. I have yet to drive through Oregon in the daylight.
Really?
Yeah, it's horrible. Wow. 3 of them.
Yeah, 2 identicals and some random dude.
I saw the last one was a Volvo, wasn't it?
I thought the last one was a Kenworth.
Oh,
I wasn't
maybe.
looking that close.
7 hours still.
I wonder how they're going to route us through Portland. I know Portland's got a convoluted route system.
Make it interesting.
I legitimately got lost in Portland in this game, and I had the GPS. Alright, backing it down for town.
Okay.
Not gonna be that guy doing, 60 through a 30. Oh, sorry, 25.
Calling everybody else idiots.
Yep. Besides, we got a traffic light up ahead. Come on, turn green, turn green, turn green. There we go.
Yeah, I wish they simulated a truck dirtiness, you know?
Yeah. Have a couple of Blue Beacon truck washes around you got to go through.
Yeah, that I feel like would be something that would be decently easy to implement, you know? Like Farming Simulator, same way. Did you notice that the tractors got cleaner after it rained?
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing in 15, I
It
don't
was.
think. Really?
Yep.
So I just feel
So
like
the Volvo that's coming at us is kind of the red that I used, sort of.
oh yeah.
A little lighter than in hue, though, but same idea.
Yeah, I feel like in 15 you'd buy a tractor and it'd be nice and clean. That was a big dip. Well, what the shit? Hey, you could break something going over that thing. But yeah, I feel like your tractor would never be clean again unless you bought a power washer, you know?
No, I mean, when it rained, it would clean them up. I don't think it would bring them up to spotless, but it would clean them up. I love how diverse this game has become.
Oh, definitely.
Just with the, even with just the additional couple of states.
Yeah, Oregon is what really made it. You know, without Oregon, the game really doesn't seem like that terrain is all that different.
Yeah, but the thing is, New Mexico brings in some really interesting, like, it does bring in some different topography, but it's all kind of the same deserty.
Right.
What they really did in New Mexico was really refine their road and sign system, which they've been expanding across the rest of the maps.
Yeah, it's the details is what makes it there, but it's not like completely different environment like Oregon is night and day. That's what really makes you feel like, wow, we've come so far.
Right, which is kind of why I want them to move up into Washington, because that's going to be even more, even more so.
Oh, yes. I really want them to do Texas, though.
Texas is going to take them a while. Texas is diverse and huge.
Yeah, but like, I know that it's actually feasible before I have children that I'll be able to drive through a place that I have lived in this game if they do Texas.
Well, I mean, one way to meet that goal is just not have kids.
Yeah, I'll be 80 years old. They finally added Michigan. Oh, but wait, they forgot about the Upper Peninsula. Pull the plug.
Delete everything you've done.
That's how it would go, too. You know?
The thing is it's actually mapped on their map, like, the Upper Peninsula's there. And they would have to with US 2 and the Mackinac Bridge. Just the Mackinac Bridge alone is going to make the UP relevant in this game if they get that far.
Oh, definitely.
The question is do they go all the way up to the Keweenaw? Just as an Easter egg item, even if nothing else.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. I mean, you'd have to roll. I mean, Marquette's got to be there because that's one of the biggest cities.
Right, but it's like we actually send trucks up to. Well, Lance actually is a fairly decent sized trucking setup.
Yes, I mean, you're going to go west from Marquette. You'd have to go through Houghton. You know?
Right.
I mean, even if the city's not there, you'd have to go through Houghton. So then I'm with you. Even if you made Copper Harbor an Easter egg instead of a truck stop, you know?
Right. It'd be interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think they'll have the Sioux, they'll have Marquette. Hell, they might even have Escanaba.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of eastbound work to do before they get there.
Oh, shit, yeah. Can you imagine fucking Green Bay and Milwaukee?
Or Chicago.
Those towns are... Oh, yeah,
I-94 and 294 to pick from.
You know what? Never mind. Forget the Midwest. If I have to drive through Illinois, oh god, no.
That just ruined it right there for you.
What if they just completely, what was I gonna? There's a word I was gonna use. they completely protested, you know, the state of Ohio and just left it on the game. Michiganders
the Ohio
everywhere.
border, there's just a sign that says 404 does not exist.
I'd pay for a DLC specifically to disclude Ohio. I bet you Michiganders who don't even play this game would buy that DLC. People just don't understand, man. I saw some on Facebook today and it said, sending prayers to Ohio. Nothing happened. It's just, I feel bad y'all gotta live there.
Nice.
Man, how about Urban Meyer retiring, eh?
Urban Meyer's retiring?
What? You didn't hear?
No.
A couple weeks ago, probably. Yeah, he's had some medical concerns, but they had asked him earlier this season, like just before he announced it, they asked him if he was thinking about retirement. And he said he had a couple of years left, but I don't know. He probably doesn't see the seasons, you know, getting too much better than what they are now. You know what I mean? He probably figures this year is as good as any. Ooh, you see how close I cut this?
Yeah, you went over the line on my screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess he figures this is as good of a time to retire as any. But
Fair enough.
not getting any better, not getting any worse. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
should have retired on the Rose Bowl.
That would have been a good way to do it.
They need to change the CFP, man. The whole 4-team thing just isn't exciting. Because now it's like every team plays a bowl game, you know?
Oh my god, it's terrible. It's just like, hey, guess what? You got 3 wins this year. You get a bowl game.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you know, the rankings don't matter. You know, the rankings matter for like the first 5 weeks or whatever, and then after that, it's kind of like, all right, we've got the CFP pretty much determined. I don't know, if you're going to have a shit ton of bowl games and make bowl games not exciting, then you've got to add more teams in the playoff and make the playoff exciting. You
Yeah,
know?
the playoff is not exciting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not.
Especially when the same teams make it in every fucking year.
Oh yeah, if
Of
you're
course.
if you're gonna call it a playoff, don't make it 4 teams.
And, you know, the bowl games aren't exactly exciting either when you play Florida 5 years in a row. You know?
It's like, well, I guess it's gonna be about the same as it was before.
Yeah, like, oh, dude, I'm so sick of playing Florida. I mean, we've played Florida either in a bowl game or some other type of game 5 years in a row, and we have no history of playing with them. It's just, we've won every time. It's like, why do you think this year is going to be that much different?
But Dave, it's a new year.
Yeah.
Things can change.
That's what, you know, man, don't get me wrong. I was real disappointed with the Ohio State loss. But what just twisted the knife was them picking us to play Florida. Because that just really hacked me off. It's like, my team, you know, destroyed my chances of going to the playoffs. But the CFP destroyed my chances of enjoying a bowl game. Because there's no fucking way that I'm going to enjoy watching Michigan play the same team that I've watched them play for, you know, 4 years now, going on 5.
Yeah, where are they playing this year?
Fucking Fiesta Bowl or some shit, or Chick-fil-A Bowl or something.
Didn't they play the Chick-fil-A Bowl like 2 years ago?
They played the Orange Bowl 2 years ago against Florida State. I don't know. Well, it was either 2, because I was there. I can't remember. I feel like it was 2. Well, see, since I graduated college, I feel like I just graduated college, but I've lost a year in my mind, you know.
I
So
feel
maybe
that
it
way
was
sometimes too.
yeah,
I'm
so
just like,
maybe
oh,
3 years
shit, that was a
ago.
couple years ago.
Yeah, see, I feel like I just graduated, so anything during college was, a year or two ago, but it was, you know, at minimum, it was a year and a half ago, and that was like the day I graduated college. What wheel setup is that trailer?
What wheel setup? Tandems forward.
I think that's the way to go, eh?
Yep.
And that's the 53.
53.
Don't you have a steerable?
Nope. No,
Maybe
if
I'll
you're
get a
steerable, you'd have another couple axles off the back.
Oh, I know this trailer isn't, but you own another trailer.
I do own another trailer. Also
But
does not have steerable, but it does.
See,
It's a 3-axle.
okay. Yeah, see, I knew that one wasn't steerable, but I knew you had another one.
Yeah, that one's 3-axle, but that one's also not steerable.
Maybe I'll get a. Ooh, that one was
Trailer
100% my bad. Maybe I'll get a steerable freezer or insulated, something different.
Right.
I just want to say, for driving, almost 30 hours, they're going to have to expect some type of damage,
30 hours non-stop.
Come on, we didn't fucking go across the street, all right? You assume some liability when you're going from the middle of New Mexico to the north end of Oregon. But yeah, I'm back to visit service.
Oops.
Oh god. Another 15 grand.
You just pissed that away.
Between gas, the job paid 88. Between gas and repairs, it's going to be like 70 something.
That's still not a bad payday, though.
Oh, it is. We earned it, though. You got it made, though. 6 figures, right?
6 figures.
Damn. Yeah, let's see. That bought, at least your job. My job probably barely bought. Well, it did. My job bought barely over a majority for my truck. It's like 55% probably of my truck.
I know this job didn't pay for that truck, but I also optioned it up.
Yeah.
If I bought a base truck, this job would have paid for a base truck.
Yeah. Yeah, like a day cab.
Granted, running this in a base truck would have been brutal because of the hills. Because this is almost 50,000 pounds of chemicals.
Yeah, I got the 500 horsepower Volvo engine. I didn't touch the transmission. That costs money, man. You start messing with the power plant. It's 160 to start with. Then you want to start tweaking the power plant. You're asking. That's going to really crank it up.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I could drop 10 grand on an engine with like 25 more horsepower, or I could drop 10 grand on some aesthetics. I'd rather just do the aesthetics and slowly upgrade the power plant over time. How do we still have 3.5 hours?
Because we're winding through the mountains of Oregon. But man, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a good time to come. During the sunset, it looks great.
Yeah, I like
It really does.
Pinkish sky with the tree shadows. Well, maybe I'll leave this trailer here, and I can use my flatbed
to get back.
Yeah, maybe. Volvo, I feel like I don't know. My Volvo, oh, shit. Engine malfunction.
Yeah, I set my Volvo up for hauling normal freight, specifically, so.
Yeah, with the chopped top, it wouldn't look too bad with flatbed.
No, it wouldn't at all.
Wish I could have traded one of my junker Kenworths that I don't drive anymore. I bought some for, you know, the company to drive. But since I started playing multiplayer, you know, then I stopped having the company drive.
I just left the company drivers on it. I figured whatever.
Yeah. Maybe I should. Trucks
'Cause
aren't getting
I
used
got
anyway.
some day cabs up in Portland that are being run by some company drivers. With trailers too, actually.
Big time.
So they're making some pretty decent money. Combine.
Oh man. That's a monster too.
Yeah, it is. We need one of those.
Oh, yeah, me too. Once we level out those fields, maybe.
Yeah, right. Now that we know how we can do that.
I swear they added that.
Oh, they
You
had
know,
to.
just in the last week.
I don't think in the last week. I think it was always there. We just didn't.
Oh
know it
no!
was
Come on, that's the normal menu. We've been in that menu before.
there. Yeah, we haven't explored it fully.
Oh come on, it's its own tab. I mean, it's not like it was buried in the menus.
Yeah, it's its own tab. The tab that we probably haven't had a chance to touch yet. I don't think we've touched it.
I don't know. Still getting traffic all the way up here.
I mean, that's a good sign though, because I mean, this is a DLC. So if people are buying the DLC, that means there are more reasons for them to keep making DLC.
Oh, me too. I can't believe how long this is taking us. No, it's the same fucking one.
Almost there.
Well, we stopped at the Volvo dealership for 5 or 10 minutes. But yeah, we are almost there. 2 hours left.
Watch out for trucks in the middle of the road.
Yeah, watch out,
Watch
Pat.
for cars that drive underneath you.
Yeah, you don't want to get screwed over by somebody this close. Can you
Oh, yeah.
imagine?
Oh, I would rage quit. I would rage
we
quit
got-
so hard.
We got almost 200 grand between the two of us in freight. if we got fucked, oh man, brutal.
I would definitely have problems if that happened.
Oh my god.
Because that's because the thing is, like, you'd spend all the money that you did getting here on fuel and time, plus wear and tear,
Oh yeah.
plus then whatever damage
Yeah.
Joe Awesome
there's-
decides to throw at you.
Yeah. And rocking 15% truck damage, 5% trailer damage. Gosh. Come on, baby. Counting them down. I'll have to pay another loan installment by the time I'm
I
going to
know.
drop this
Yeah.
off.
You're gonna have another loan payment coming due before I think you get done.
Still got to take the new Volvos around for a lap.
Portland.
Sick.
Alright, so I'll have to make my delivery somewhere in here, in this mess of roads.
Yeah, I
okay.
think I want this middle
I
lane.
think I need the middle lane too.
Come on over.
Alright, now I'm gonna need the right lane.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need the right lane as well.
Yeah, I got lost going over the Columbia River the last time I was here. I had to legitimately loop back around to take the bridge again across the river. So I had to actually go find a second bridge to go back across the river on. Oh, it was terrible the last time I was down here. It was at night too, which didn't help.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's the same.
Thing is I'm actually going through Portland. It looks like my delivery's on the same side of Portland as, was you going to Astoria?
Yeah, I gotta go to Astoria.
Yeah, so my delivery's actually on that correct side of Portland for that. So you should be
Good.
following me through Portland, I think. Yeah, it was that bridge to the right that I got messed up on coming the other direction.
No, whoopsie.
Yeah. At least I think it was
Some
that
big
bridge.
city lights over there.
Cool thing, this is a city I've actually been in and out of and on that
Oh.
bridge, just because where line is at. She's in Vancouver, so it's the other side of the river. Don't need that exit. I don't even need to take a left here, though. Oh, this dumps down on the surface streets, by the way.
Alright, this is where we part ways.
Yep. I might actually run down your direction once I get delivered, just so I can discover it. Because if you're coming back here to the garage to get your Volvo, I'm going to be getting my Volvo too.
Yep. Oh man. Well, you might have been able to add another 5 or 6 hours onto this haul, but not much more.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much maxed out the length of the map. I mean, we could have gone a little bit more. You know, full bottom corner and a full top corner, but holy shit. Oh, right, that's where non-collision. Thank Christ. Gosh, I remember the early days of Euro Truck 2 online when people, even in non-collision zones, give each other space.
Yeah.
And treat it as such. I mean, the only times you like violate it is essentially if you know, your trailers were in the same spot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're otherwise just courteous about it. Oh, this guy's actually being cool about it. He's giving me room to maneuver, so I can actually see what I'm doing.
That's nice. Yeah, I hate that when people are all up in your shit while you're trying to move, you know. It's one thing when you're like stopped and looking at a job, or if you're pulled off to the side or whatever, but like when you're trying to park and people are driving into you, it's like, come on.
Right. Alright, I got good work for that. $10,000 damage penalty for a grand total of $122,696.
And I started today at 111,000 miles on this truck. Now I'm at 113. Astoria discovered. Wow, this is a cute downtown.
Is it?
Oh yeah, this is gorgeous. Love it.
All right, I'm just gonna drive up there empty. I want to see this. It's like I'm so close. I may as well check it
Yeah,
off
it's a
my
simple
list.
drive. Oh, red light violation, my ass.
Your ass has a red light now?
Yeah, I would have taken a red light up the ass before agreeing to paying that ticket. That light was yellow.
All right, coming your way.
Alright. Still not dropped off. I can hear a helicopter. Can't see it. It's a weird little place.
What, the town or the place you're dropping off?
Place I'm dropping off. It's like a hidden entrance. How the fuck am I supposed to get in there? Oh. Okay. Easy parking spot. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get the 53 foot. This is a nice, comfortable size. I already have a double flatbed that's really difficult. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Once you get used to the 53s, they're actually pretty nice to back in.
Yeah, short trailers
Hard
can
in
be
the
a real
tight
pain
spaces,
in the
but I
ass.
mean, they hold straight real nicely.
Yeah, backing up long trailers is definitely nice, but maneuvering in some of these parking lots is like, oh man. Let's see shit.
Alright. I am in Astoria. Oh wow, this is really cool downtown.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Houghton, kind of how it's split like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you ever at the Cell good?
Yeah, I'm at a Thellgood. Behind, it's like you gotta go underneath the railroad pass. It's like really weird, comes out of nowhere.
No way.
You can't see shit. I must be backing into a trailer without realizing it.
See if I can come guide you in.
Cut too hard. This thing, I can't see shit. There we go. I think I got it this time.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it now for sure. Easy now. There we go. I was hard parked on one side of the trailer, and then I had an open space, I guess, next to it. Didn't realize it. I keep detaching. I need to shut my engine off and unload. Satisfactory. Oh, it's after 9 already. Holy shit. I got half of a level.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't think I can run down to Portland and check my new truck out, man. I'll spend another hour on here.
Yeah, it eats up time, doesn't it?
It'll have to wait. It'll have to wait.
Well, I think I'm at least gonna move over to that rest area then.
Alright, which rest area?
The one just like
Next to Thellgood?
right next to the Thellgood.
Alright, let's meet up. Park up for the night. This entrance really threw me off because the gate didn't look like a sliding gate.
Right.
And I was like, how the hell are you supposed to get in here? It's completely fenced.
Okay, so the entrance is over there. Oh man, they actually have truck-specific parking here.
Truck-specific parking?
Yeah, like spots for trucks as opposed to just parallel it somewhere.
Oh.
So there we have it.
Man,
New
what a haul.
Mexico to Oregon.
Just like that.
Check that one off the list.
Yeah, that was a haul for sure.
Yeah, you got this, looks like shorter frame on that. So, cool deal. Well, alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had some fun. I guess until the next Trucking with Dave, whoever knows when that's going to be, but
Few and far between nowadays.
yeah, but wherever and whenever it comes, it'll be here. Otherwise, take it easy guys, and peace.